Hello everyone. It's James again. And today I want to talk about marriage. And look, I'm just going to jump right into it. I've come across some ladies' videos. One in particular where she's talking about a growing trend amongst men not wanting to get married. And how she doesn't want to die alone and how marriage is a very important thing. So forth and so on. Here's the thing. And I will break it down for you really simply. Getting married with the state involved is a very dangerous thing. And is in no way biblical to have the state involved in your marriage. And if that marriage goes wrong, which statistics says that if you sign that paper you will more than likely get a divorce. Your life can be, and more than likely will be greatly destroyed by this divorce process. Now here's the thing. I've often said, you have female narcissists and male narcissists. They are both out there running amok and destroying people's lives. I realize that. But as I've mentioned 1,000,001 times, the laws we have put in place regarding divorce and family court are made to favor the woman. And this has been done for very specific reasons. Now, are there good-hearted women that get taken for a ride by this ugly system? Yup. And it's sad to say the least. But the reason why the system takes down so many men is because it was designed to be that way by the female groups that want to destroy everything that has to do with men in our society. Don't believe me? I will repeat. Go back and look at those that were a big part of these female groups that talked about how the family unit would have no place for men, just women and children. And others said that women wouldn't be free until the family unit was destroyed. And then some others have said that children make for good bargaining chips in a divorce. And a lot of men are catching on and saying, this isn't right. And yes, some good-hearted women are catching on too. But here's the problem. You see a lot of these women making these videos, talking about how marriage is important and yada yada yada. But nowhere are they making videos from their congressman's office asking for a change to the family court and divorce process. Nor are they making videos while they are talking in front of the family court board, talking about how the family unit is being lost at the cost of these evil laws and processes. You see, there have been some out there that have said, if you want to see these laws change, the women in our society are going to need to stand up and demand a change. These anti-male groups out there is much like Darth Vader. And I'm sorry ladies. As Yoda told Luke, you must confront Vader. And the ladies of the world must stand up if a change is going to be made. And if not, things will just roll on like before. And this is very important. When you listen to many of these ladies' videos, and this isn't meant to be mean or negative, but you never or rarely hear them talking about working to fix the laws. They just talk about how it's a bummer men are walking away from marriage, and how it's going to negatively impact their life as a woman. Then you have Aaron Pizzi, and Dr. Helen Smith, and a few others doing what is right. You see, though, these female groups would have you believe we live in a patriarchy. The fact is, though, there are a lot of men that hold political office. The voting base is largely female. And guess who women for the most part are going to vote into power? Men that are going to go along with the agendas that favor the anti-male narrative. It's that simple. Though they might not have the seat, they have the power by the way of proxy. This is why you rarely hear of anything talked about regarding reforming the family court system, or fixing the marriage laws. Yes, I agree. Family, or good families rather, is indeed the backbone of our society. And the family unit is crumbling, because certain people want to see it crumble. And as a result, society is crumbling. And if these politicians, who for the most part are there to give you the illusion that you have a choice, but on a local and small level, they do nothing to help the family unit, because if they did, women would vote them out so fast their head would spin. Let one of them talk about getting rid of alimony or child support. or reforming marriage and family court laws. And watch that career politician lose their career as fast as you can blink. So these career politicians won't for the most part. I'm sure there are small exceptions. But for the most part they won't touch this issue or topic with a 10-foot pole. And all of this should make you shake your head and say, what's going on here? Because you see, at least from a man's perspective, and I'm going to talk from a man's perspective for a moment. A cartoon man. But a man nonetheless. It's not about finding the right woman. Because the problem is the brainwashing media machine is working on you women night and day and day and night. You see, the reason why many women don't fight for a change is deep down inside they like having the upper hand. Here's the thing. I believe there are good women that are just scared to stand up. And I completely understand why they feel that way. And there's another group that doesn't care either way. But I believe there's a bigger group that silently enjoys having the upper hand. Now yes, by and large they live their life as a good person. And they probably by and large are good people. But we as people are sinners. And we know that. And if the media brainwashing machine is throwing one temptation everyone's way, especially towards the woman, this group of women like the fact that if a mistake happens in a relationship, and it's a mistake where they are the one at fault, that despite this mistake, she can make the man pay for her mistake. And she will still come out the winner for the most part. Not always, but for the most part when it come down to a divorce and family court. Reforming family court. Taking away alimony. And changing divorce laws to where the average person can draw up their own marriage documents is like taking away the average woman's superpowers. I mean, think about it. Birth rates are down. Marriage is down. And divorce is up. Yet there is no group of women marching to fix this. And that should tell you everything you need to know. However, you do see marches from women protesting everything regarding men. I recently watched a video of one of these marches, where a man was talking to a woman protester talking about 50-50 as far as rights. And she started to jump up and down like a demon and screamed she wants it all. She wants the whole thing. And all the women around her started to clap and cheer her on. This is what it's about, people. These anti-male groups don't want fair. They want it all. And the average woman, they are nowhere to be seen to combat this. Whether it be standing out in front of family court with signs or filming while talking to their congressman or woman. Or talking to the family court boards. This is something that should be weekly. Weekly videos should be uploaded with women doing this. Yet you don't see it. If some of these women that make videos talking about how they are having a hard time in the dating market, or they can't find a man, if they made a video protesting family court, their channel would take off so fast. But yet you don't see such videos. And one has to ask themselves why that is. And yes, there are some that are fearful, as I mentioned before. But I believe there is a greater number that silently enjoy having the upper hand and they don't want to give it up. It's that simple. You know, I'm not here to tell men, or women for that matter, if a relationship is a good choice for them. However, what I can say, relationships have become dangerous ground, sadly. And I say sadly because yes, family can provide security. If you have a man and woman working together for common goals, there is a lot they can accomplish. But the laws make it so the chances are that won't happen. There's just too much temptation and not enough accountability. Because I'm telling you, if it were truly 50-50, and there was no more alimony, and no more using the children as pawns, you would see people rethink giving into these temptations. Yes, there will still be people that will give in. But over time those people would be the minority. Unlike today, marriage would be between two people and God if you are a believer. There would be no more benefit for one party to divorce. unless you count that as getting away from a truly abusive person. Because people that are abuse victims, they don't care about the money. They just want to get away. They just want to get away. You know, I just had a thought. Some of you ladies might comment to some of these women that make such videos about where are the good men, and why marriage is going away, and the like. And ask them why aren't they protesting for a change. Because if you want a change, it could happen overnight. If all the women in the Western world woke up tomorrow and said this is completely wrong, we need to fix this. But they won't. They won't, even if that means their own sons are going to be destroyed by the very system they've used on another man before. And here's the thing. Fixing laws will benefit the good women that have been destroyed in a similar manner. But as I've stated before, the women that are part of the anti-male groups don't care about you ladies. They think you are stupid for not taking advantage of the laws and tools they've given you to take it all and jump around like a little demon. They don't care about you. They don't care about you at all. And by many of these ladies that make such videos telling men they shouldn't abandon marriage, is like telling them they should just sign up to marry a narcissist tomorrow and things will be okay and work themselves out. Because again, even if the woman is nice today, the media brainwashing machine is working day and night and day on you ladies, as it works on men. And they are feeding you 50 Shades of Grey, romance novels, The View, Wendy Williams, and everything else you can think of, that is used to tempt you away from a man that cares about you. Because just like women talk about how dirty movies can mess up how men see relationships, well, I have news for you. All of these things I mentioned that women are given 24/7 really messes up how they see relationships. And eventually, with all of this stuff stuck in their heads, they try to act out their fantasies with the state as their enforcer to make a man pay while she does so. Again, think about how many women that have sons refuse to speak up. And think about what that really means for their sons, and how they really feel about them. Because if the marriage laws and family court laws were made fair, if a man or woman married a narcissist, they would be able to get away. But if the person you married turned out to be a narcissist, they wouldn't be able to steal everything you own along with your children. Narcissists hate responsibility. They hate it. If you made things fair, I almost can bet you the true narcissist will be the one giving up their time to spend with the child because they won't be getting anything out of it. There are instances, get this, where if someone is being ordered to pay alimony, they may be ordered to pay based on what they are earning right now. And right now they may have a really good online business. Or they might be an actor making good money. Or whatever. But guess what happens when or if they lose their job and they are unable to secure another job paying the same amount? The judge tells them to do what they have to do to come up with the money, otherwise they will be thrown in jail. No reduction. No consideration. The job field they are in has changed dramatically. Or they are no longer 25. They are now 55, and getting the same job as they had at 25 isn't as easy. Nope. No consideration. Pay up. Or go to jail. Here's another one. For child support they have what's called offsetting, where if you have sole custody of your child, but you have to give child support to your ex-spouse because they make less. So when the child is with them, they can be able to enjoy the same things with that parent as they can with you. And they don't base that on what a child needs. They base that on what you make gross, not net. So here you are paying child support to someone that doesn't even have the child. Yet, no one protests this. Now though, there are some women that get snagged up by this. There sure are. And some of you are right here on my channel. That being said, by and large it's men that this happens to. Because it was designed to be this way. So the elites can create a slave society. Do yourself a favor and sit in a family court near you. And watch the evil that happens every day. And you will see it's mostly men. Getting utterly destroyed by the system. Yes. You will see some women where this is happening to as well. But women by and large bypass this because they usually marry up. Now because you didn't doesn't mean what you did is the norm. Most women marry up not because of security. I think that is played out and nonsense. Maybe in years past. Yes. But today? No. The average woman marries up as a security in case the marriage fails. So they will be on the winning end of the stick when the divorce happens. It's that simple. Yes. There are just as many men and women narcissists out there. I keep saying that. But the male narcissists know the laws don't benefit them. So they are more slick about what they do. Female narcissists know the laws are on their side. And the women that aren't narcissists, they know the laws are on their side as well. And marrying up is a great insurance policy, so regardless if they are a narcissist or not, they aren't the woman getting destroyed in family court. They get their children, child support, alimony, and alimony for life in some instances, their court cost paid for, and the family home, and the family court. They love it. It gives them a crooked job to do, where they make a lot of money off of the pain of others. So when you are watching these videos of these women talking about how terrible it is that marriage is harder and harder to come by today, ask that woman that is making such a video, if she feels so strongly about it. Why doesn't she and her lady friends do something about it? Such as get on a talk show and debate the anti-male talk show hosts. Why don't they make a video talking to their congressman or woman? Why don't they get an appointment with the family court board and film them talking to them about this issue and upload it to YouTube? Why aren't they standing out in front of family court with signs? Ask them why. And let's see what answers they give. Yes. Marriage is the backbone to society. Real marriage. Not this crooked mess we have going on today. Well, thanks for listening to me rant a bit. I hope everyone's day was blessed. Please don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already. Don't forget to click the little bell to be notified each and every time I make a new video. Don't forget to share and like, as it will help this content to be easier to find for those that really need it. And if you would like to support even further, you can do so by the way of Patreon. And if you are supporting by the way of Patreon, I humbly say thank you. With that said, let's continue to pray for wisdom. Let's continue to pray for strength. And let's continue to pray for courage. And until next time, bye for now. And be good to yourself.